What's up guys, it's Unders, and today I'm going to show you a new plugin that takes the complexity out of adding saturation and kind of distortion to things like your buses and your tracks. You know, we've seen those plugins where you can put it on every single channel and get like the analog summing. You have to set your inputs, set your outputs, decide how much it's going to be distorted by and what saturation type it's going to add. Basically, this lets you drop it on what you need, choose the saturation type and dial it in, and it's job done. It's really easy to work with. And I think for like a quick getting the sound you're after and working quickly in a mix is going to be really, really useful. Let's jump into Logic. I'll show you how I've used it on this track idea. See if you like it.
Keep it real, I'm independent, I don't need no deal. I'm jaws on the beat, I got a flow that kills. Do my thing with a few G's, Lauryn Hill.
So let me show you what I mean about how you can just kind of put this on and use it like a saturation plugin in a track, and in this case on buses. So I've got three buses highlighted: my drums, distortion, and my vocal bus, okay? And on each one I've set up a different instance of this plugin all as the first thing in the chain to kind of like simulate it running through some analog gear and just give it a little bit of flavor. So the track, while mixed relatively well, sounds good. It sounds very clean without it. Yet when I introduce them, it just gives more of a feel to it. Check it out. What I'll do is I'll play the first 4 bars here, and I'll just reintroduce the plugins to let it run through again, and then we'll switch it off. You notice a lot more when it disappears.
So sick of these hypocrites, situation sticky like licorice. Trust me, it's gotten so ridiculous. Used to act inhibited, nowadays a vocal voice in their opinion like it's relevant. What they speak isn't intelligent. So sick of these hypocrites, situation sticky like licorice. Trust me, it's gotten so ridiculous. Used to act inhibited, nowadays a vocal voice in their opinion like it's relevant. What they speak isn't intelligent. Oh, sick of these hypocrites, situation sticky like licorice. Trust me, it's gotten so ridiculous. Used to act inhibited, nowadays a vocal voice in their opinion like it's relevant. What they speak isn't intelligent. Oh, sick of these hypocrites, situation sticky like licorice. Trust me.
Yeah, hear how it just helps everything just pop out and lift up a little bit, especially on the vocal. It helps the vocal really stand out, even though I'm adding the tiniest little amount of the cleanest version here. The reason this works so well is because once you put it on a channel, instead of like with most distortion plugins, you need to like bring a threshold down or need to put the gain up and then gain it out. This is basically a wet dry control. Think of it like that. So it lands on, it's 100% distorted, and then you're controlling a wet dry mix of what's going on. Basically, the more saturated it gets, with the further the control goes to the right. So let's go on the drum loop here and just listen to what it's doing. So with it off, and then listen to how hard the drums hit when it's on. If we boost it up, it basically goes to maximum saturation. Way over the top. We can take it right the way off. And there's just that nice instant balance in there. And the saturation sounds in it are all really nice. The other ones on this distortion part only occurs every now and then. I'm just using it to help it stand out. Then on the vocals, it's barely touching it, but it just helps it pop out a little bit more in the mix by adding like some saturation really on the high frequency. Check this out. It's really, really subtle, but it just helps the whole thing pop out.
So sick of these hypocrites, situation sticky like licorice. Trust me, it's gotten so ridiculous. Used to act inhibited, nowadays a vocal voice in their opinion like it's relevant. What they speak isn't intelligent. Oh, sick.
Yeah, it sounds like it's just ever so slightly pushing an analog console, and that's because this goes straight into saturation the second it's engaged, rather than having to like push it in or bring thresholds down. It's just ready to roll and really easy to set up. So you could absolutely try doing it on each individual like drum channel and balancing each one to give a bit of saturation. I've cheated and just done it straight on the drum bus, and it's worked. It's helped improve the mix. So that is the initial Boost X. Really simple, and sometimes simple is the best because you can drop something on and get a result that you're after really quickly without having to dial everything in. Drop it in, dial it to where you want it, choose the algorithm you're after, job done. So that's how I'm using the Boost X plugin. Really nice to just basically put it on, know the saturation is already happening, just dial in that control, listen to what you're after, and it's just ready to go. Like no CPU usage, no setting inputs and outputs getting it to saturate, no dialing it down and finding the right threshold. Just drop it on, turn the knob, get exactly what you're after,
And that's it. Bob's your uncle, ready to roll. Hope the video was helpful for you guys, and I will see you on the next one.
Keep it real, I'm independent, I don't need no deal. I'm Jaws on the beat, I got a flow that kills. Do my thing with a few G's, Lauryn Hill.